Hello Commanders, and welcome back for another round of Clan Raid. We are up at SR13 Volcanus with 100% melee resist. So melee units aren't totally useless. You can use them as tanks to slow down the front line, and you can get freeze procs from some units. Even though they won't do damage, it should still apply the freeze proc, I think. So we're going to show you right off the bat a SR11 one-shot from Anturium that inspired most of my builds. I did have some help from the clan Reapers for getting the better mechanics worked out, and we'll see how that goes. But first, if you would please like and subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, hit that notification bell, and if you have any comments, please feel free to leave them below. So let me show you what we are working with. This is the build that inspired most of my attempts. Now this is Anturium, our Russian friend. He is able to get a one-shot on SR11, so a bit of a difference in the levels that we're going to have to deal with that he did not. But you can see the mechanics. He's got the Monster Hunter up front, tethered to a Valkyrie that keeps him up the whole time. And then he's got 8 crystal spires and the fortification and the entangling roots. So you'll notice that the spires are taking very minimal damage from those meteors from Volcanus, and that's because he's got the elemental resist and the force resist. Also, there is the earthquake mechanic on Volcanus, which you'll notice that that's part of the reason why the force resist is so necessary, so those crystal spires can keep cranking. We have immunity, which is crucial because otherwise the monster hunter just dies too fast. So you see that? He took him down. SR11, he was using Toe, Ring of Unity, and Pendant of Everlasting Winter. So now let's bump over to what I have set up here. We have, this is my first attempt. Again, I'm using very comparable stuff. I ditched the wall and I tried to throw in a Stormcaller there, and I think I only have 7 crystal spires. Yes. So this was my first attempt. I've got double execute on 1 crystal spire and the rest have damage 4 and aim 4. So fortunately I saved up enough power stones to get everything amped up. Now, that gives me exactly 10 units. 7 spires, a Valkyrie, a Monster Hunter, and a Stormcaller. The Monster Hunter has double protection, and the Valkyrie has ability 2 and aim 4. The Stormcaller has double aim 4. So let's show you how this one played out. Go back here, screen recordings. And that was this one. So I've got the range elixir, immunity, and the elemental resist. I went ahead and skipped the force resistance elixir because I didn't think that it would make much of a difference. And it kind of did. I don't think I had a good enough setup to begin with. I think I do need to have that wall in there if I'm going to try for this build, and I don't know if that's worth scrapping a tower. So I did a couple of tweaks for my next 2 attempts, but that's to kind of show you one other thing to notice particularly is that my crystal spires were a little far back, and that caused a problem because they couldn't reach the boss. It would have taken him much longer to walk over there. So let's show you the next build that I tried. Again, these were all kind of derivations of what Anturium did. Now this one is very similar to what he had going on, with the exception of I've dropped the frost trap. Oh, Mom's here, by the way, just so everybody knows. I dropped the freezing trap to add another set of entangling roots. I just saw how it worked in Anturium's video, and I don't think that it added a whole lot. It just froze a couple of those thorn guards up towards the top. So what I'm doing here, I've just switched out that one thing, and everything else is very similar. The unit levels all basically the same. I've just got 2 level 8 entangling roots with the ability 2 on both, and we'll show you how that one goes. So that is this one. Alright, so that first attempt did 858 damage. This attempt, we are clearing through a lot more of the units because we're closer to the center and a little bit closer to the front with those crystal spires, so they're able to reach more. So we burn through all of those, and again, he used the force resistance elixir, and I'm using the aim elixir, so that's a key difference between the two builds. But you'll notice that I'm getting a lot further along, and I'm starting to actually take some damage off of him. So we've already outdone the previous build, but some things get up in my grill, and Valkyrie's down, Monster Hunter's down, and we only get off about 15% of the boss health. So that one was okay. It was a marked improvement over the first one. But then you'll notice that Volcanus health is down to 31%. So this build did a lot better. I've taken some pointers from the Reapers. My clan made some really good improvements to what we learned from Anturium. And we've added a barrier monk, a druid, and we've removed 2 crystal spires. So we're using the force resistance elixir on this one instead of immunity. But we've still got the range elixir and the elemental resist. Everything else is pretty much the same, and here's the unit levels. The barrier monk is 12, the druid is 12. Everything else is basically the same. And I think I did keep the one tower, at least, that had double execute, this guy here. So I've got at least one in there to hopefully knock out some units faster than otherwise would be possible. So this one did about 54,000 damage, and you can see how this one plays out right here. So a little bit panicked there when the warhounds were running towards the towers, but they got burned up pretty quickly. That was a close one there. If they had gotten much closer, I might have been in a world of hurt. So yeah, now we've got a earth elemental getting close, but those towers, they just rip right through. Again, I have 3 level 10s and 3 level 11s. And now our Monster Hunter is doing a fantastic job of soaking all of the ranged damage. And here we go. Now we're starting to click because we've got 20 seconds in, and we're going to be getting pendant procs and Monster Hunter procs on that boss. And we're starting to chip away. If I had higher unit levels, this would obviously go a lot smoother. But I'm actually very pleased that I'm able to get done what I do. So that is about 55% of his health right there in one shot. So it may take me 2 keys and 6 elixirs to get a heart, but it can be done. So there was that, but we also have a thing from Fredega. I think I pronounced that right. He's given me permission to share this, and I also did get permission from Anturium early on for his video. But this is Fredega. He is a new addition to Reapers, and we're excited to have him. You'll notice his unit levels were very high. They're all way up there. But he did a very different setup by incorporating the Stormcaller and a Frost Wizard. He's got the 3 crystal spires. And look at that. He shreds through that. Now he's using immunity, force resist, and elemental resist. And he's got the Spear of Cataclysm instead of the Pendant of Everlasting Winter. So that is something to note there. But again, he's got very stout unit levels. This dude's ripped. So yeah, he's burned through everything on the map. The only thing left is the boss. And that Frost Wizard is going to enable what is there for damage to take him down. So very well done. We got a 1-shot in Reapers, and I think we've got a few people that did 1-shots, but this was one that I got permission to share with you. So thank you for checking that out. He got, let's see, 142k. So very well done. And that is that. So once I get some more keys, I'll try tweaking my build a bit. Again, I don't have the same level units that some of these guys have, but I'm trying to do what I can with them. And we'll hopefully have some more content for you soon. So thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and we will see you soon.